The award-winning actress Jasmine Guy is with me here. And Jasmine, congratulations. You've just won an award for?
For my role in Illegal Rose, also directed by Deborah Riley Draper. It is about a little girl who's a runaway from a detention center, and I save her. I save her.
Jasmine, we're so excited to have you here at the launch of the Georgia Hollywood Review publication, as well as GeorgiaHollywoodReview.com. So for you, working with Deborah Riley Draper, tell us about that experience.
Deborah Riley Draper is amazing. She is a real filmmaker. I first met her when I moved to Atlanta about 10 years ago, and she was working in advertising in a big corporate world. And we would have lunch together and talk in between jobs that we were doing, and she told me that she wanted to do a documentary about the first black models to hit high fashion in the early 70s, and she did. And then she told me, I want to do another documentary about the 1932 Olympics and the 13 athletes that went to Germany, and she did. And now she has done her first short film and has 2 films coming up this summer. It's so exciting to be around Deborah.
And
tell me the adventures of Deborah.
And Jasmine Guy, what's next for you in terms of acting roles?
Well, right now I'm on a show called Grey's Anatomy, and it's very interesting. My storyline's a little juicy. I'm very excited.
I've just seen her on Grey's Anatomy have a fabulous kiss.
Yes, it gets juicy on that show. And I have... last year I did a lot of work here in Atlanta, which was great. I did a show called Superstition with Mario Van Peebles, and I did a show called The Quad with Anika Nani Rose. So I love working out of Atlanta, of course.
And we love having Jasmine Guy with us for Georgia Hollywood Review TV. Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, and thank you, Georgia Hollywood Review.
I'm Nadia Bilchik. This is Georgia Hollywood Review TV, and this is
Miles Nieman, publisher of the Georgia Hollywood Review. It's nice to be here on our premiere launch party. We're raising money for Season of the Witches, filmed by Sherry Day Scott and directed by Deborah Riley Draper.
And Miles, if anyone wants to know more about your film fund or how they can support Season of the Witches, where do they go?
They can go to www.GeorgiaHollywoodReview.com.
And this is Miles Nieman. I'm Nadia Bilchik, and we are here for Georgia Hollywood Review and GeorgiaHollywoodReview.com. Hello, I'm Nadia Bilchik. This is Georgia Hollywood Review TV, and with me is the extraordinary filmmaker Deborah Riley Draper. I've had the pleasure of talking to her at length, but let's discuss why we are here today, Deborah.
Oh, it's amazing. We're here for the Georgia Hollywood Review kickoff, which I am proud to support. But more and equally as important, we're here to support Season of the Witches, a brand new film written by Sherry Day Scott, directed by me, of course. And today, Georgia Hollywood Review, every dollar made here at the Plaza Theater will support that film. It's part of the new film fund that all of you wonderful people at Georgia Hollywood Review are launching to support filmmakers right here in Georgia.
And Deborah Riley Draper has just had an award-winning actress, which is Jasmine Guy. Tell us about the award and how that makes you feel.
Oh my gosh, so I directed Illegal Rose earlier this year starring Jasmine Guy. We just got back from LA. She won Best Actor in a Narrative Short at the DTLA Film Festival. So I feel amazing. Jasmine's performance was impeccable, but to have that recognized in Los Angeles with an award just sweetens the whole deal for all of us. And I love the fact that it's our second time working together, and she walks away with an award. Love it.
And we're here for Season of the Witches, which you will be directing.
Yes.
Quick synopsis and why you think it's worth investing in.
Season of the Witches is an incredible story. It's a psychological thriller. 3 PhD students head to Puerto Rico right after the hurricane to help put the public school systems back in order. So, 3 girls, 2 cops, and a dead body. It's definitely worth seeing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting when you see 3 women of color in a psychological thriller set in Puerto Rico.
It's an honor and a pleasure to have extraordinary filmmaker Deborah Riley Draper with us for Georgia Hollywood Review TV. Hello, I'm Nadia Bilchik. This is Georgia Hollywood Review TV, and we're here for the launch of the Georgia Hollywood Review. And with me is a young actor, and her name is
Riley Coe.
And Riley, you have to tell us about why you like acting.
I like acting because it feels like it gives me, it's a real passion to me, and it gives me a real look of what I feel like I was meant to do.
And how did you start acting? What was your first role?
My first role, I was at a summer camp, actually, for theater, and we did this show, and ever since then, I've gotten back into TV acting.
And now, what are you working on right now?
Really, I'm just working on Meisner classes.
And tell me, what are Meisner classes?
A Meisner class is all about connecting, and it teaches you how to connect with your scene partners or anybody else in your scene.
And Riley, when you think of really good actors and actresses, who's your favorite?
Oh, Johnny Depp, probably one of them. And
So Riley Coe, maybe one day you'll be in a movie with Johnny Depp.
maybe, let's hope so.
That's Riley Coe, another young actress who is making her way here in Georgia. Lindsay is making her career as an actor here in the Atlanta area. So tell us what it's like being an Atlanta actor and recent roles.
Being in Atlanta has been wonderful. I moved from Los Angeles about a year and a half ago. I never thought that I'd be moving out of Los Angeles and for a career in film, but I'm so glad that I did. The opportunities are just incredible. Coming up, I have a cool role in a movie called Undercover Brother 2, which is being released on Netflix on Tuesday, November 5th.
So if this is after Tuesday, November 5th, you can get it on Netflix, and right now you can get it on, and it is called?
It's called Undercover Brother 2. On Tuesday, November 5th, it becomes available on Netflix and streaming. So it's not out yet, but
And your roles, like, what do you like to play?
I love comedy. I love the comedic roles, the kind of where I get to be silly and myself. But yeah, Atlanta has so much to offer. I've been auditioning for loads of different roles, and also on the Tuesday, November 5th, I'm in an episode of The Resident that's coming out same date. So yeah, things have been good, things have been busy, and Atlanta's just such a cool city. I'm so happy to be here.
Another person who is making her way here in the Atlanta area in the film industry. Hello, I'm Nadia Bilchik. We're here to launch the Georgia Hollywood Review, and we're talking about the film industry here in Georgia. And with me is Cara, who is
I am a voice and dialect coach.
So tell us about your work in the film industry in Georgia.
I just recently wrapped a HBO show that was starring Ben Mendelsohn and Cynthia Erivo. I was Cynthia Erivo and Patty Considine. I was their dialect coach, and I feel like there's a there's so many wonderful opportunities in Atlanta right now for dialect coaches, and we have a really wonderful, tight-knit voice community who a lot of us, we're also all actors, so it really allows us to speak to the other actors with the terminology that we already know in terms of intention and point of view. And we talk a lot about oral posture. So the people that I was working with, they're both British. So it's helping them either get a general American or a Southern dialect.
Okay, so what's your biggest tip for a very British person who wants an American accent?
In terms of oral posture, putting the sound further back in your mouth.
Can you give us an example?
Yes, so for British, everything is very forward. So it's as if you don't really have to open your lips a lot. Everything is, it's very protruded. And for standard American, you think about that back yawn space. So you use all of the space in the back of your mouth, and you open your mouth even more. So you really round the vowels. So you use your articulators much more for standard American.
Okay, well, if you want to hear more from Cara, how would we reach you?
My business is Voice Coach Cara, and you can email me at voicecoachcara@gmail.com.
Okay, more about the Georgia film industry here on Georgia Hollywood Review TV. Hello, this is Jimmy King, who is a movie producer here in Atlanta. Jimmy, tell us about what movies and why you are here for Versailles 73 and the launch of the Georgia Hollywood Review.
Well, my first language is American Sign Language, so everything that I do is going to entitle American Sign Language. There is a very deep need for the awareness of American Sign Language. We still have a lot of instances where the public doesn't know how to relate to the deaf. So I'm definitely trying to raise awareness by doing a docuseries of about maybe 6 or 7 different family members that have different issues going on with American Sign Language.
Now, did you have a deaf family member or what we say hearing impaired? Tell us your story around this.
Yes. Well, I'm what you would call a CODA, C-O-D-A. That's a child of a deaf adult. Both of my parents are deaf, so American Sign Language is my first language. Yes.
So remarkable. So can you sign out and just say to all the people who are watching a very warm welcome to Georgia Hollywood Review TV? We look so forward to it. Where can we hear about the film and what you're doing?
Well, the docuseries may be out in a couple of months. We're fine-tuning it, and I think I'm just waiting on 2 more people to get on board and everybody to hear about it.
Someone else is doing great things for the Georgia film industry. I'm Nadia Bilchik.
Jimmy King.
This is Georgia Hollywood Review TV. Mitch Leff is a public relations guru. And Mitch, tell us about your feelings being here at the launch of Georgia Hollywood Review and Georgia Hollywood Review TV.
I love it. I love it. I've been talking to Miles about this magazine, seems like forever. So I'm so excited to see it come to fruition and come to life. I mean, we have a PR group that does all kinds of work in entertainment. So we've been working with Miles for the last, 6-8 months or so, helping him with some story ideas, and just really excited to see the magazine come to life and have such a great event with so many people out here to launch it. It's great.
And, we're talking about Georgia and Atlanta. You've been here for a long time, and I had the pleasure of working with Mitch at CNN for many years. Tell me, the state of the film industry and Georgia right now.
Sure. Well, I think certainly over the last 15 years, it's grown quite a bit. But over the last 5 years, it's just been like a rocket. And, I worked at CNN and TNT and Turner Broadcasting years ago and got a taste of the film side of it. But 3 or 4 years ago, I saw where the industry was going in Georgia, and I realized that there are a lot of productions, smaller companies, that really don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to promote themselves. So we're trying to help all those kinds of companies really tell their stories, because there's so much that goes into that film and production ecosystem that people don't even think about, from the security and transportation and food service and carpentry and logistics and marketing. And it's so much that you don't see on the screen. You see the big actors, but you don't see the hundreds or thousands of people that help make it work. And film and television is awesome here in Georgia, but we've got a great music industry here too, and the esports and gaming industry is really taking off also. So we're excited to be working with all of those kinds of businesses.
So that is Mitch Leff. We're here at the launch for the Georgia Hollywood Review, and it's a great magazine, and Georgia Hollywood Review TV, and we're growing Atlanta.
Worst part, I was in the man, but there was still no way. How was I to know that I was worse off? Keeping you around, that's why I go away. Feeling how it ends is just the worst part. I was in the man, but there was still no way. How was I to know that I was worse off?